So this is a sunny morning. It has been raining for the past 2 days. So today the sun is out. We are at this jetty of Sungai La Endin, and this is a jetty kerang. I think the state is encouraging cockle farming also. So this was built about, I think, 3 or 4 years ago. This is called Sungai La Endin. So in front of me is Hutan Simpanan Kekal La Endin. Behind me is Hutan Simpanan Kuala Bekah. Okay, so we'll be off to the river mouth soon and see what various or shorebirds we're going to get there. As I mentioned just now, on my left or in front of me is Hutan Simpanan Kekal La Endin. On my right is Hutan Simpanan Kuala Bekah. So left, right are all mangrove. They are new mangroves. I'm more involved of the birds and other fauna like the mammals and probably some reptiles and sort of things. Okay. So nowadays we've they are sort of blend in the old-fashioned days. There are bird watchers, bird photographers, conservationists and all these sort of things, hobbies. So now it's more or less most things are blend in. Watcher will do a bit of bird photography, and the bird photographer is probably also a bird watcher. And also I hope most of them got conservation in mind. Conservation nowadays is a bit difficult. You need time, the company will support you. So on my part, I take lots of photos and videos because I write articles and make video clips. So if everything I have on my own be better, and I don't usually take it off the internet. You know, I'm a scientist also. So you need evidence based. You know, it's no point talking about it or describing it. Nowadays, you need good photos and good videos compared to the old-fashioned days where you do a write-up and this sort of thing. Photographic documentation is very important. As I mentioned just now, I have all these. I also got to render all this documentation to my twin city. So you can see they are all over the mudflats now. There's probably 1,000 plus or even 2,000 here. Okay. Wow. So we do train friends and those are interested how to count and how to estimate waders and shorebirds. So there's probably more than 1,000 up to even 2,000. Most of them here are migrants. So now it's getting cooler up in the northern hemisphere. So now then it will be winter lah. Mainly migratory shorebirds or waders. I would say most all of them are migratory. When I mean migrant, they come here and rest and they'll go back February or March. But some may go further south to Australia, New Zealand or just Indonesia or Sumatra. Waterbirds will be mainly resident. All the waterbirds are migrants. So mudflat you're looking from south. There's towards BM or Butterford to north. That is Kuala Muda, Sungai Muda. Okay. So this is roughly about 8 to 9 kilometers. It consists of 3 forest reserves. Starting from the south is Kuala Bekah. The middle part where the river is and where the jetty was named, La Endin, and the northern part is Pasir Jebu. So we have 3 forest reserves here, dissected by about 3 or 4 rivers. Those coastal mangrove are gazetted as forest reserve already by the state government, but not all, but most of them, the seaward side are gazetted as permanent forest reserve. Private network side, we have about 7 or 9 flyways. There's some they call Central Migratory Flyway, Mediterranean Flyway, African Flyway. So Malaysia is on the East Asia Australasian Flyway. East Asia means Korea, Hong Kong, China, a bit of Mongolia, and a bit of Alaska. And all the way to Vietnam and down all the way to Australia and New Zealand. So to qualify as a flyway network site, normally you would want a minimum of 20,000 waders or shorebirds or 5,000 waterbirds. Okay, for the waders or shorebirds, you'll be assuming most are migrants. Then the waterbirds can be migrants or resident. And it's not only numbers, okay, but there are threatened birds, it counts. Globally threatened birds under the IUCN, like critically endangered, globally threatened birds. Then there's one thing they call congregation. That means if there's, let's say there's 1,000 of these bird species in the world, 1% is how many? 10 of these bird species, 1,000 in the whole world, you got 10 here, so you qualify under congregation. Okay. They use the guideline of around 1%. So we have about 2 or 3 species which qualify under congregation, I think. The Chinese pond heron, the Asian dowitcher, and probably one or two more. And for the globally threatened species, I think at this site there's about 8 species which are globally threatened are found here. And found here consistently also lah. So the Flyway network site is up to the stakeholder or the landowner lah. In this case, it's the Penang State Government under the Department of Forestry to nominate and to suggest what site to the Flyway network site secretariat lah. Which area they want to be a Flyway network site. So that's how MNS comes in now, and Think City also. So we got to a few things. The 3 important things is the number of waterbirds and shorebirds. The 15,000 waders and shorebirds, and the 5,000 waterbirds, and the congregation, 1% of the world population, and also the threatened or endangered species, how many are down here. So these are the 3 main things that we have to sort it out. But also, if it's one more thing is they call it IBA or KBA, Important Bird Area or Important Bird and Diversity Area. And the latest version is, or the latest designation is called a KBA, Key Biodiversity Area. That means it's not only birds. It could be mammals, lizards, frogs, fish, plants, whatever. Overall. Okay. I'm Choo Eng from the Malaysian Nature Society. We are one of the grantees under the Think City Lift Up Seberang Perai grant. So I'm the secretary of the Malaysian Nature Society Penang branch, and also the chairman of the Bird Conservation Council MNS. The key of applying for the grant is that we have been doing lots of work, usually our own expenses, and we are all volunteers for the past 20 to 30 years. So we are thinking it's about time we do a more in-depth study. All this in-depth study need resources, especially funds. So that's why we applied for the Lift Up Seberang Perai grant from Think City, and thank you very much to Think City also for accepting for offering us the grant. From the grant, as I mentioned just now, the shorebirds counting has been done, but also important thing is how to benefit the local economy, especially the fishermen. Okay, since we have been here for 20-30 years, we are fairly attached to the fishermen. Okay, and I personally like to buy fish also, fresh fish and prawns, and also learn a bit about what are their issues and what are their problems. I was a 3-term or 3 years city councillor for MBSP under the NGO quota. So I spent most of my time here also because I cover northern Seberang Perai. So I learned to understand their issues. Some of the issues of fishermen is like something simple. They want a deeper channel to go to the jetty or go out to sea, and they want street lighting because they may land their fish at night. So some are very simple things, but we were thinking of more of ecotourism. You know, the cultural and heritage part is not so much, MNA is not so much involved. So we are thinking of more of ecotourism, especially today's boat. So that will be a nice little sort of extra income for them, especially during their off days, which is the nip tide. When there's no tide, no current, there's not much fish right now. Okay, so that's how. So we are planning to do courses for them, the bird watching part or the bird guiding part. I noticed that there are lots of NGO coming here also, sort of engagement, which we are happy, and we cooperate with them, and they also cooperate with us. But what I noticed that their depth of bird ID is still a bit shallow, you know. So we will try to run a basic course first, like what are the 10 or 5 most commonest waders and shorebirds here, separate out water birds and all these sort of things. So we're running a course soon, and also we're doing some first aid and course for them also, especially if they're guiding, you know, if there's any accident, first aid, life saving at sea and these sort of things. So that's about it from the local community part. This is the Kuala Beka Forest Reserve, Hutan Sipanan Kekal Kuala Beka. So this is what we sometimes call the landward mangrove lah. The sea is behind me, this more towards land. Okay, in front of me will be the Bagan Belat or Kuala Beka township already, and paddy fields. We don't have so much of the waders and shorebirds here, although things like the common sandpiper may fly in and little heron may come in here. This we have some of the so-called birds that are mangrove dependent. As part of the grant we get from Think City, also we will do some land bird survey, not just the shore or the sea. So this is the mangrove part of Hutan Simpanan Kekal Kuala Berkah. So there are some birds which are normally or commonly found in mangrove habitat, like white eyes. You can hear them behind me. Mangrove whistler, garigone, and some spotted dove and this sort of birds, and some pigeons. This place will be good for also ecotourism. Some may like this sort of habitat, but it's more for the local community lah. These places are rich in crabs and these sort of things. Some bakau if it's harvested for wood lah, but I don't think this place is for wood harvesting. So there you are. These are the mangroves of Kuala Berkah.